Hello and welcome back to my brand new series where I review Roblox games into complete detail from top to bottom. This series will be exactly the same like Flash game review series, but most of the stuff will be changed most of the time. So let's begin. This Roblox game got created by a user called Orouz, who, by the time I'm making this, has 68 friends, 888 followers, and follows 44 people. He also created few other games on Roblox, such as Batman: The Dark Knight, Homelander: The Boys, or Iron Man Sweet Testing, but the main one I'll be reviewing today is called Vampire Life, which, by the time I'm making this, has over 6.8 million visits, and the game itself got created on 2nd of January 2023 and has received an update on 12th of September 2023. The game itself also has a balanced ratio to 3:1, so let me give you an introduction about to what Vampire Life is all about. So let me read the description for you first. So, as a human, your goal is to survive and hunt the vampires down. You are equipped with a wooden stake. You can get more weapons with your cash you get from killing vampires. Humans can get turned into vampires if they die with vampire blood in their system and then drink from a blood bag. As a vampire, you need blood to survive. If you don't feed, you will desiccate until someone feeds you. Vampires burn in the sunlight without daylight rings. The longer a vampire is alive, the stronger they get. Original vampires are the first vampires ever existed, so they are stronger and faster than regular vampires and can compel other vampires. They can only die to white oak stake. If an original dies, every vampire they turned will also die. This is the game description, and the first time I saw it, it made me think that this would be a roleplay, to which it's some way or another I see it like a roleplay, but at the same time I don't. And now let's finally go and talk about the good things about this game, then negative things about this game, and then neutral things about the game. In case you are new, neutral things are things that I simply cannot decide whether they are good or bad, and I also forgot to mention that I will talk about each other thing a bit more in detail. So, the good things about the game are terrain. I like the terrain, it looks quite medieval times, which is great, so good job. Then you have gore. Yes, this game has a quite brutal gore, so let me give you an example. When you are a hybrid or original vampire, you can rip someone's heart out or tear their head off, which is quite brutal, but I love it. Then you have game mechanics. What I mean by this is quite simple. What the game has made to the code itself. The things I like mainly is the fact that when you are a vampire and the sun is up, you can burn to death. Or if you are a original vampire or hybrid, you can die to a white spike. At least I think that's called white spike. That pierces through you into your heart, causing instant death. Or you can just eat someone's heart or transform others into vampires, which, in my opinion, is very cool. Then you have sound effects. I like the sound effects. They are, in my opinion, fitting the game perfectly. I like the biting sounds as well as the night sounds. Very good. So let's move on. That, unfortunately, are all the good things that I found to be about the game. So let's move into the negative things about the game, which are friendly fire. In case you didn't know, you can kill other vampires as a vampire yourself. If you are a vampire, you can buy a spike and instantly kill other vampires or just snap their necks. So it brings some trolling opportunities, I would say. Then you have a quote, "The longer the vampire is alive, the stronger they get." End of the quote. I've read it for you in the description, but I think this is a complete lie, because you can because they can still take the same exact amount of burning damage. Let me tell it to you this way. If you are a vampire and you have 2000 HP, you can still burn at a much faster rate on the sunlight, so this makes no sense. But at least the energy goes down much slower when you have so much of it when you stay alive. Then you have the map. The map itself is really small. You have a vampire castle in the middle surrounded by water, and village just outside the gate, another small village, werewolves spawn in the corner, hybrids spawn in the corner, and a witch spawn in the corner. They all are very close, and I think they should be a bit more further away, so please make the map bigger, please. And it would be more enjoyable as well. Then you have Vampire Bite ability. Respectively saying, if you are a vampire and you drink someone's blood, or from an NPC blood, until they die, you need to wait 75 seconds. Okay? 75 seconds in order for you to use your abilities again. And yes, I've counted that. I find it to be ridiculous, and there shouldn't be a cooldown for that in my opinion. Now that we got all the negative things out of the way, allow me to talk about the neutral things about the game, which are up to you to decide whether they are good or bad in the comments below. So the neutral things are the community. The community itself has a Discord. I couldn't join it because my Discord is already at 100 servers, but I use different account and it requires like a verification or something, which I didn't do, so I'll put the community in here. I don't think it's toxic, I think it's just different piece of cake. Then you have roles. There's currently 5 roles in the game: human, hybrid, vampire, werewolf and a witch. Each one is different and has different abilities. Witch can cast quite brutal spells. Original vampires can turn themselves to a bat, as well as they are a better version of a regular vampire and can turn others into a vampire. Same goes for hybrid as well as for the werewolves, which I personally find boring, but hybrid is just seriously overpowered, and there's only one hybrid in the game that can only be one player at a time, unless the hybrid turns other people into hybrid. Then there would be multiple hybrids. But I'd like to see some other new roles in the future, like for example a knight or a priest, because there's a church in the village, so it would make sense to have a priest. Then you have currency, or respectively saying the money. The money themselves are just money that you can spend on stuff to kill vampires, werewolves, or just people within one village. Its prices are quite high. The store itself is just straight outside of a human spawn. You can buy a grenade or a pistol or a white steak, but then I just when you like stand and you do nothing, you receive money. So I don't think it's generating money for free, even if you aren't doing anything. This is just a theory, and feel free to correct me in the below. As for the prices, I think they are pretty fair, and yeah, as I said, you receive money for simply doing nothing. Now let's finally go to the polls. So if I would have to make polls, it would be like this. NPCs get 9 out of 10. Points of interest gets 6 out of 10. Opportunities get 8 out of 10. Terrain gets 6 out of 10. Community gets question mark out of 10. Description accuracy gets 8 out of 10. Game mechanics gets 9 out of 10. And the sound effects get 8 out of 10. So in total, I would rate this Roblox game a solid 7.6 out of 10. Most of the points got removed mainly due to the friendly fire and the map. If the game owner would see this video one day, I'd like to contact you by my Discord. which is rchain #5953. I got a lot of suggestions I'd like to give out for you, as well as a potential interview and correction if you think that I'm wrong. Just message me in the comments and correct me about anything I just said here and leave a timestamp as well. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to eat some parsley. Don't forget to eat some parsley. And have a good day. Goodbye.